I'm Paul Gayler, MBE, which is a nice addition to the name. I started in the business many years ago. My father was a toastmaster in the city. Decided one day I came home and wanted to set up a catering business, which was great, but my mother was, God bless her soul, was no great cook. But we started a catering business on a Saturday doing weddings. By the time my father passed away, we were doing 8 weddings on a Saturday. So of course, during that time, I was about 12 years old and I was going in and doing a wedding breakfast. If the bride had come in and seen me cooking, she probably thought he was in there just washing up or something. I was actually doing their cooking. So my starting was about 12 years old. From there, I decided I'm really enjoying this. This is a great career. I love cooking. I was getting great pleasure and passion out of it. I decided to enroll at college. Did that for 2 years at Grace Thurrock College in Essex. Then went on to do my advanced at Westminster. Then went back into the business, worked in Paris, funnily with Steve Monkley at the Royal Garden that time. He was with Fougere. Moved around and I went to a restaurant which is a 1 Michelin called Inigo Jones in Covent Garden. And then was headhunted to open up the Lanesborough Hotel on Hyde Park Corner, which is probably one of the top 5 most exclusive hotels in the world. I was exec chef there for 22 years. During that time, I've always been, food has been my life. My wife will tell you I'm worrying about what I'm eating tonight when I'm having my dinner. Food has been my life and I can't do anything else. So it's given me great. I've worked on Concord, doing the food for Concord for a year in its heyday back in the 90s when it was still going. I've written 25 cookbooks because again it's my love. My life revolves around food. I call myself a bit of a culinary obsession, but nutcase. I've done lots of regional television programs many years ago, and just lots of competitions throughout the world, a lot of judging throughout the world. So really, food has been my life, and it's brought me so much. Something which, in our business, we can travel the world, we can cook. I've been lucky to promote in Australia, in Dubai, in America, and whatever. So that's all, really is a learning curve. So it's by any means not a boring job. It's something which I love about the business is the fact that every day is different. Today, you're going to be creating something. Tomorrow, we've got the ability to create something new. So the whole time it's a learning rather than just being in a mundane job that's every day the same, going in, doing the same job 8 hours a day. That doesn't happen in catering if you're in the right position. So really it's been fantastic for me, and I would recommend it highly. It's given me a great life. I've met some fantastic people around the world who I still consider friends. So, to me it's been my life and I can't do anything else basically. So what am I looking for if a person wants a job? Well, I always used to say when they came to me at the Lanesborough for a job, I'd say, right, let me make it quite clear. You're not going to be seeing your girlfriend at weekends. You're going to be upsetting her 7 days a week. You're going to be working. You're not going to be out with your friends having a drink at night. I said, and this is, to me, I'll make it very clear, this is your advantages of the job. This is disadvantages, because you're going to be playing a lot and working hard, because when someone's eating, you've got to be in the kitchen creating it. So it's got things have changed now, thankfully, over the years. But it gives you so much, as I said before, so much pleasure. But what I'm looking for is someone with passion, someone who's literally wants to ask the questions, who's not looking for. So many times you see chefs looking at the clock for 4 o'clock and saying, "Oh, chef, I've been here 8 hours." You can't do that. If you've got passion in the job, you can learn so much. You want to be able to want to learn, but it's so much. There's so much going on in the business. There's a lot to learn. Every day's new. I suppose over the years it's had a bad reputation for people being bullied around the kitchen, and I'm not saying it didn't happen years ago, but times have changed, thankfully. For me, you always get more by motivating a chef rather than trying to be too heavy. If someone keeps coming up with mistakes all the time, then obviously you may turn around and say, well, this is not really your job. You're not really giving 100% passion to it. But, things have changed, as I say. And, if you can motivate the team, get them involved, get them part of the thing. And by starting off in college like I did, it's a great base. I think by doing that college for me, you can then move on. You've got, the basics of the cog. So you can then put it together in your working environment. But again, work hard, play hard. My father always said to me, at the end of the day, you only get out of life what you put into it, son. And that's stuck in my mind for many years. You've done well, son. You've done well. At the end of the day, as I say, I've been lucky enough to do, I've written cookery books and, as I say, television. I've travel the world, something. And when people say to oh, your husband's, he's got a good job, but my wife turned around and said, well, my husband did 80 hours a week. So at the end of the day, I mean, I would say maybe it's a very difficult question. I would say nothing really, because at the end of the day, you've done. Again, it's really what you put into the job, and I still would have the same passion as I'm now 68 years old. I've still got the same passion as I did when I was 18, and I still work in a sort of semi-retired consultancy role because I still enjoy doing it, Pleasure to give pleasure to other people. At the end of the day, a paint when you're doing food. It's not like a painting where you paint it and it can sit on the wall for days. With food, every day you're creating one dish and you're only as good as your next meal, as they say. So I want, every day it makes you want to improve. If you're looking to improve every day and improve yourself and your own knowledge, then you'll go far. You only get it, as I say, what you get out, you put in. Well, when it comes to competitions, I've been a great stalwart of competition. I did my first competition, actually, funnily enough, at the Royal Garden many years ago when I did the Mouton Caddy competition, and luckily to win that as a young chef de partie. And then I went and done Taittinger in Paris and everything else. I'm a great advocate of competitions and mentoring. These are the future chefs. So competitions are great. If these boys come away today just learning one thing from the day, if they're successful or not, you're going to go away and say, well, something I learned today. Competitions to me are the be all and end all. I think you really need, that's why I think I was quite lucky when I did a lot of my early competitions. I was noticed by Anton Mosselman, who literally, when the job came up for sous chef, literally said, well, give me a call. So maybe I wouldn't have had that step to go to the Dorchester as his number 2, but over time. So I'm a great believer that the competitions, are great motivators. Regarding apprenticeships, I think again it's something that we need to be doing more of, and I know a lot of places are doing that now because these are the future. We're struggling in the industry to find chefs because of one thing and another. COVID hasn't obviously helped that. So, but the colleges really, we need to get some good people coming through because they are our future. And apprenticeship is very important. I think the employees do need to start spending a little bit of money in getting youngsters out. I know I've just put a friend of my family, friend of mine, he's one of his family, he's just started at one Aldridge in the kitchen. He's just been made Employee of the Year in 1 year. So from starting from nothing, he just enjoyed cooking at home. We got him into an operation. So it can be done, it really is, it's important. It's important to really start from scratch and learn the basics. Sometimes we all jump into jobs and you've got to know the basics to move on,